Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Chris, the Camping Texan here. Where in the world is the Geo Pro? This weekend we're at Fairfield Lake State Park. This is campsite number 110. Well, good morning, y'all. It's so good to see you. I'm glad you could make it out to Fairfield. Always nice to have y'all at the campsite. Well, y'all, Fairfield State Park. I have a lot to say about this one, and some of it's not good. The good part, this park is 1,800 acres, y'all. It opened in 1976. So it's been in our state park system for quite a while. Unfortunately, if you've been keeping up with the headlines, the Houston papers, Dallas, Fort Worth, and San Antonio papers, they've all indicated that this park could be up for sale. And it turns out that it's true. I spoke with a ranger when I was checking in, and she told me that Vistra is the power company that leases the land to the state of Texas, and the lease is up. And could you fathom that they could have $1 million homes here instead of a state park? I can't. I don't want to see this park go. I love this park, y'all. It's my quiet go-to. It is a hidden treasure, and it's sad that it's up for sale. So I don't know what can be done, but something has to be done. We can't lose this beautiful park. But y'all come and join me, and I will show you Fairfield Lake State Park. So y'all, as you drive through Fairfield Lake State Park, you're going to notice a lot of tree limbs and a lot of trees that have fallen down. And I spoke with a ranger, and she told me that the drought that we had this past summer, 2022, combined with the winter storm that just rolled through in January, left a lot of these trees just devastated. So you're going to see a lot of limbs as you drive through here. It really looks horrific. Well, y'all, it'd be my pleasure to show you around the campsite. We're staying in campsite 110 in the Post Oak camping loop here at Fairfield Lake State Park. Post Oak is water and electric. We're at the very end of the road, the main road when you first turn into the Post Oak camping loop. Our site is located next to the dumpster, so you don't have far to go to get rid of your trash. It is a pull-through site. It's very long. You could get a nice long rig in here, Class A, fifth wheel. It is not full hookups. In fact, there are no full hookup sites here at Fairfield Lake State Park. Everyone must go through the dump station. I'm located very close, within walking distance to the restroom facility and the park host. The services at this campsite at 110, y'all, you get 20 and 30 amp electric and water. No issues with either of the services. They both hook up quite nice. You won't have any problems with that. There's not a whole lot of yard space right here. Maybe a little bit to walk your dog, but not really a whole lot here in the front of the campsite. Nice concrete pad. There is a slope. It slopes to the front and the rear. So the trick will be getting your rig in the sweet spot here in the center to make sure that you can level out real easy. We came in about 10:30 and we had it leveled in no time. So love the aluminum picnic table and the concrete pad that this campsite offers. It has a single hook lantern pole. You've got an in-ground fire ring over here with the grill attached. You've got a place to put your tent back here if you would like. If you look through the trees, you can see the lake. And that was one of the reasons why I booked this campsite. Even with all the trees, you can still get a glimpse of the water, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of room back here for your children to roam, for your dogs. If you want to walk them early in the morning, have a drink of coffee out here. Just really pretty campsite. As far as TV goes, we lucked out with 110 here. The trees aren't directly over the camper, so we've got nice, beautiful blue skies. We've been able to lock into all of our satellites, so TV's been amazing. Cell phone, not so amazing. I put up the cell booster, and we're getting about 1 bar on AT&T, 2 bars on Verizon, but both phones are super slow. Loading web pages is brutal. So I ran into a fellow hiker out here, and she was telling me this morning that she couldn't get anything to load up on her phone either. So just be forewarned if you come out to Fairfield Lake State Park that cell service is not that great. Well, y'all be prepared when you come out here to Fairfield Lake State Park. Right now, there's no insects. This is Super Bowl weekend, February. No mosquitoes, no ants. But I will tell you, this park is known for raccoons. So y'all make sure that you either face your ice chest in or strap them down. Use some type of preventative measures to keep these little rodents from getting into your food. They are everywhere. If you come in late, you will see them. So just be warned about the raccoons out here. If y'all need substantial supplies while you're out here at Fairfield Lake State Park, so anything more than ice and firewood, which you can get up at headquarters, I highly recommend taking about a 10-minute drive into Fairfield. We've bought groceries at the Brookshires that they have there, Brookshire Brothers. They have pretty good prices there. They have a Brookshire Brothers fuel there where you can get gas. They also have several fast food eating establishments in town, Sonic, Dairy Queen. They have a Dickey's barbecue pit, Jack in the Box. So you can find pretty much anything that you need there in Fairfield. They also they have a Dollar General and a Family Dollar and Dollar Tree. So give Fairfield a try if you need some supplies while you're out here. Another site that you guys will really enjoy, I think y'all are really going to like this one, is 109. I tried to get this one when I booked 110, but it was already taken. But it is down here in Post Oak. It's by itself, y'all. You don't have any neighbors back here on the lake side. The pad site's really huge. You can get any size rig in here, Class A, fifth wheel. Services include 20, 30 amp electric and water. No full hookup, so you don't have a sewer connection here, but much like my campsite, 110, you're going to want to find that sweet spot right here. It's nice and level right in the center. You've got some steps, y'all, like some concrete steps that go down into the campsite. You've got aluminum picnic table, no shade shelter, but you could use your own awning if you had one. Concrete pad, a single hook lantern pole. And y'all check out this tree. How cool is that oak tree hanging over your picnic table area? I mean, this is just fantastic. You've got a separate sitting area down here, in-ground grill and fire ring. A lot of wood space back here for your children to roam, your dogs to play. And then y'all check this out. There is a private access trail that leads to the water. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Bring your chairs down here. Bring your tackle box, your rod and reel. It's like having your own private little space down here. If you're not reserving 109, you're missing out. Y'all, I'm going to have to come back just so I can get this one. This is so cool. So if you're all looking for total privacy here at Fairfield Lake State Park, in the Post Oak camping loop, there is a circle that is just for you. It has one campsite, number 108. Y'all, it's got a lake view. You can see through these trees. The pad itself is concrete. It's not very long, but you could still get a nice size rig in here. In fact, it's extra wide so that once you park your rig, you've got a space to put your pickup next to it here. Services 20, 30 amp electric and water. You've got a little ravine down here. Your kids may enjoy, if you have older kids, they may enjoy going down there and exploring. Some different looking trees down in there. You've got some really nice stairs and railing here that go down to your campsite. Got a nice place to put a tent up back here if you'd like. In-ground grill and fire ring. Aluminum picnic table on the concrete pad. Some stonework here. Looks really nice. Several mature trees in the campsite. Aluminum picnic table. You could provide your own shade shelter, your own portable awning if you needed to. Double hook lantern pole. All around, just a great campsite. Well, y'all, I think 123 has to be the holy grail here at Post Oak Camping Loop at Fairfield Lake State Park. I think it's overall, it has everything. It offers everything that you're going to want. It has a pull-through pad. The concrete pad is nice and level. Won't have any trouble getting leveled out. You guys have a view of the lake back here. So even with the trees, you can still see the lake. You've got a lot of privacy to your left and your right. 20-30 amp electric and water. Is not a full hookup. You get an aluminum picnic table, no shade shelter, but you could put your own awning over it. Concrete pad, you get a lantern, hook and pole, in-ground grill and fire ring, and then several options for setting up a tent if you wanted. So this campsite, 123, it's the total package, y'all. The next campsite I'm going to show y'all is one that I stayed in Labor Day weekend, September 2021. This park was packed, y'all. Every campsite here was full. So I stayed in 132. What I can tell you is 132 has a really nice long concrete driveway. Now this is still in Post Oak, the Post Oak Camping Loop. You can get any size rig in here, y'all. Class A, fifth wheel. It's nice and level toward the back here. You won't have any trouble getting leveled out. The only weird aspect of this campsite that I have to warn you about is that your service box, your 20 and 30 amp electric and water, it's kind of off here to the side. So make sure that you position your rig so that all your hoses and cords will reach, but it is doable. Your picnic table is behind your rig. You don't get a shade shelter, but it is an aluminum picnic table on a concrete pad. Your in-ground grill and fire ring is back here by the picnic table. I can tell you that when we were here that year, a lot of wildlife, squirrels, raccoons. So make sure that you lock your stuff up. If you have food, put it in your camper, your truck, or whatever you need to do. Don't leave it out. You could put a tent back here. And one really cool feature that I think you and your kids will enjoy is there's a little private trail back here that leads to an open area that has a couple of benches. So if you want to come back here and let the kids burn off some energy, or watch birds, or look for squirrels, let the dogs walk around. This is neat. It's pretty cool back here. So if you're looking for a campsite and it's pretty packed out here, give 132 a try. It's not a bad one. So y'all, Cook's Ferry is the largest of the three camping loops here at Fairfield Lake State Park. I'll show you guys 88, 89. I'll show you 89 first because it really is like the Taj Mahal of pull-through campsites. This is really nice. Look at the stonework and the stairs that lead up to the picnic table. First of all, you've got a nice asphalt driveway, large rig, guys, Class A, fifth wheel, anything's going to fit in here. Unfortunately, they've lost a few trees due to the winter storm, but this campsite had more shade at one time. But how cool is this, y'all? Walk up these steps. There's your picnic table on a concrete pad. No shade shelter, but you could bring your own awning. In-ground grill and fire ring. There's a double lantern hook and pole right there. You can, from this vantage point, you can get a glimpse of the lake from here. There's a small trail that leads over to the restroom area. So if you need the restroom and dumpster, that's all located convenient for you. This is just overall a very nice pull-through campsite. Services, 20-30 amp electric and water. No full hookup, you'll have to go to the dump station. So if you're Looking for a really nice pull-through site in Cook's Ferry, I have to recommend 89. Very nice. Okay, so we're gonna go across the street and we're gonna check out 88. So 88 is a back-end site. You could get a nice large rig in here, 20, 30 amp electric and water. Just like the pull-through sites, you've got some stonework here. You have the steps leading down to your picnic table, aluminum picnic table, concrete pad, double lantern hook, several trees, very old trees in here. You've got a nice little trail, it looks like, at the back of the campsite that leads down to the water. You've got a pretty good view of the water from here. Place to pitch your tent over here if you so desire. And then, I mean, it's just beautiful out here. Just beautiful. So if you're looking for a good back-end site, 88 is going to be a good choice. Well, y'all, this is the entrance to the Springfield camping loop. Unfortunately, the gates are closed. I won't be able to take you guys back there and show you what they have. But I can tell you that there are 36 campsites back here. They're water only, so if you want to do some tent camping with water service, or you want to do some travel trailer off-grid, if you have a casita or R-Pod, you're set up with solar, this would be a great campground to come and do that. A couple of features that you will find back here is the Hill Homestead Well, as well as the Park Amphitheater. So when it's available, you guys may want to get out here and give the Springfield camping area a try. Well, y'all, let me show you the dump station over here at Fairfield Lake State Park. I love this dump station. It's nice and wide. You get a couple of rigs through here. The only problem is they only have a single sewer connection. So I would really love to see a dump station this big have 2 sewer connections. That would be great. And they only have one non-potable water tap here. This water hose is not reliable. The end's broken on it. So if you want to do a black tank flush, you're going to need to bring your own water hose. Also, this light does not work out here, but they do have a garbage can for your gloves. They also have a dumpster located over here if you have larger trash. Y'all, I've seen the line to get into this dump station on Sundays. It can get pretty long. It'll stretch past the driveway down here. So with no full hookup sites here at Fairfield Lake State Park, make sure you get out here early, y'all. Well, y'all, hope you're enjoying your tour of Fairfield Lake State Park so far. Go ahead and lace up your hiking boots and I'll show you around the trails. We all have a fantastic day of hiking for you today. We are going to start here where the nature trail begins. We're going to walk into the scenic overlook loop. We're going to walk out to the ski overlook. This is a really pretty area to look at the lake and wildlife. We're going to come back and we're going to hop on the nature trail. This is a 2-mile nature trail. And then when we finish that, I will introduce you guys to the Dockery Trail. So y'all come and join me and we'll check out the trails at Fairfield Lake State Park. Well, y'all, the first trail that we're on here this morning at Fairfield Lake State Park is the Scenic Loop. This is a 1/4 mile trail. It's very flat, very easy. You just have to watch out for roots along the path. But one of the treasures on this trail is the Ski Cove Overlook. And I think you guys will agree, when you get down here, the stunning views of the lake and the wildlife that you see out here on the lake, it's worth your stop here. They have a bench for you to sit and rest, take a drink of water after a long day's hike. But the treasure really is just watching out here on the lake to see, like this morning, we have a group of baby ducks that are learning how to swim. Just, you never know what you're going to find out here. Really, really pretty. Well, the next trail we're going to check out is the nature trail. The nature trail is 2 miles in length. This is your typical trail that has the informative panels that will tell you about the different types of plants that are at the park. So y'all come along and we will check out this flat trail. Well, y'all, the nature trail at Fairfield Lake State Park, it just doesn't get any better than this. Look at how close you can get to the water. If you enjoy watching baby ducks, this lake is awesome. The cattails, all the surrounding nature is just so pretty. And then according to the informative panel on this trail, you may even spot bald eagle or a beaver. So make sure that you keep your head on a swivel out here and see what kind of wildlife that you can see. If you're into birding, you guys are going to absolutely enjoy the nature trail here at Fairfield Lake State Park. I've already spotted a couple of cardinals this morning. You're absolutely going to enjoy listening to their sweet music as you walk along the trail. Now, y'all check this out. A remnant from the past. Does this look like a good place to have a picnic to y'all? Well, that's what we have. We have a picnic table, and there is a lot of trees and brush around it. So imagine back in the day, all this brush was removed and you had a beautiful view of the lake. So at one time, yes, it was a good place to come out here and enjoy Fairfield Lake State Park. Well, y'all, here it is, the 2 mile marker on the nature trail, Fairfield Lake State Park. This has to be one of my favorite nature trails. I don't think you're going to find a longer nature trail. And with the stunning views of the lake and the woods, you are absolutely going to enjoy this trail. But y'all, let's go check out the Dockery Trail. I got a few things to share with y'all on that trail. The last time I was here, my daughter and I had a really great adventure on that trail. So I'll see you guys over there. Well, y'all, I saved the best trail for last. This is the Dockery Trail. This is a 5.3 mile trail that winds its way all the way back up toward headquarters. I've completed this trail. I did it with my daughter, Megan. We were here Labor Day 2021 in September. It was really, really hot. All I can tell you guys is make sure that you bring a lot of water. You bring some comfortable shoes. This trail is designed to be used by hikers, mountain bikers, and equestrians. So if you have a horse, you can bring your horse out here and enjoy this trail. Now, there's not a return loop on this trail, so it's out and back, which makes it even more challenging. So when you're up by headquarters, you will see a trailhead up there right across from the road that leads to the cemetery. So that is where, if you want to take this all the way up to headquarters, that's where it will take you out. I have to caution you that parts of this trail run alongside the park road, just for a short distance. But you should be aware that the trail will dump you out on the road the closer you get to headquarters. But it's a fantastic, challenging trail. If you really want to challenge yourself, get out here and do the Dockery Trail. This is probably one of my all-time favorite challenging trails at our state parks. For the most part, the Dockery Trail is flat, just like you see here. There will be some elevation changes. You'll have to go up and down some hills. I would highly recommend some hiking boots, not necessarily tennis shoes. This is going to be a state park boundary trail. So if you really want to see what Fairfield Lake State Park is all about, this is a great trail to do that. In fact, one of my favorite parts of this trail is where you actually come up to a field and you look out into this field, and y'all, I swear it's like looking at heaven. The mature oak trees that are out there in the field are huge, y'all. just, it's beautiful. So, you know, make sure your energy levels are up. Get out here and give this trail a try. Well, y'all, if you enjoy our state parks for the birding aspect, Fairfield Lake State Park has you covered. They have a birding trail. It's about a 7/10 of a mile trail. But the informative panel here will tell you some of the birds that you might spot here at the park. Anything from osprey to a blue heron, pelican, bald eagles, painted buntings. See a lot of cardinals out at this park too. So y'all make sure you get out here and you check out the birding trail and bring your binoculars and see what you can see out here. Now, y'all, one of the more unique features of Fairfield Lake State Park is that it has a cemetery. This isn't the only Texas state park that has a cemetery attached. If you've watched my Fort Parker State Park video, it also has a cemetery. But this is the Chancellor Union Cemetery, and it's located right outside of headquarters. There's a small dirt gravel road that you can use to drive back here and check it out. But since you're with me, hey, y'all, let's go check it out. Now, y'all, this is the main gate to the Chancellor Union Cemetery. As the story goes, and this informative panel will tell you everything when you come out here, the Chancellor family moved from Alabama in the 1850s. They had about 10 kids and 11 slaves that moved here with them. They had a small land grant here. They helped settle Browns Creek, which is a town close to Fairfield. The Chancellor family was very involved in the community around here. So the cemetery they actually they built. So let's go in here and we will check out the Chancellor Union Cemetery. So as you close the cemetery gate behind you, you'll notice a small concrete walkway. This small path will take you to an ominous pair of tables. These tables are used on funeral day for holding caskets. So y'all make sure y'all walk by here and check those out. The Chancellor family is buried just right up here on this hill. And y'all, as the story goes, there was not a fence around this cemetery. Not until a wandering bull got in here and busted Mr. Chancellor's headstone. So Reuben Chancellor, his wife Mary, you can still see the crack in the headstone. So the community decided to put up a fence to keep other wandering livestock out of here. But several different members of the Chancellor family are buried here. You definitely have to stop and check out the historical marker here in the cemetery. There are several Chancellor family members who served in the armed forces, and they are memorialized here. There's also a plaque that you can read. It's just very well done out here. You really have to come out here to check this out. In all, there are 4 generations of the Chancellor family that's buried here at the Chancellor Union Cemetery. The oldest marked grave here is 1857, and that grave belongs to a child of the Chancellor family. So over here, I want to show you guys the slaves that the Chancellor family brought with them. It was commonplace back then to put UNK on the headstones or footstones, and so they didn't necessarily recognize their slaves' names. So when you come out here, you'll see several of these stones with UNK for unknown. So if y'all get a chance and you're staying here at Fairfield Lake State Park, come out here and check out the Chancellor Union Cemetery. I mentioned that Fort Parker also has a cemetery in their park, and then Lake Bob Sandlin State Park. So those are 3 parks that, if you're interested in burial history, cemeteries, and things like that, you can go check those out. Did you forget your ice or your firewood, y'all? Fairfield Lake State Park has you covered. They have an ice machine up here at headquarters. They also have a book nook here. If you're going to be here at Fairfield Lake State Park for a while and you want to get you a free book, take it back to the campsite, you can do that. They also have a small area inside here where you can get t-shirts, caps, cups, stickers. Your firewood shed is located right here. They also have a really nice little picnic table right next to the Iron Ranger. A really cool thing that I like here at Fairfield Lake State Park is they have a really nice defined pull-off area here. So if you forgot some last-minute souvenir items before you leave the park, you can park your camper right here, run inside and get what you need. They also have restrooms located up here. But one of the things that I wanted to show y'all before you take off from headquarters, imagine what Texas was like, y'all. Millions of years ago. This would have been a tropical area with a lot of vegetation. This is some petrified wood. So make sure you come up here and you check out a piece of our past right here at headquarters. Well, y'all, this is the south boat ramp here at Fairfield Lake State Park. They have a really nice wide ramp for you to get your boat down. A lot of parking here, plenty of parking for your truck and your trailer. Y'all, they have a restroom facility over here if you need that, as well as a fish cleaning station, which we'll check out in a moment. But they have a floating dock down here, which is pretty cool. So if you want to try your luck at a little bit of fishing off the dock. Now, this floating dock, it's probably seen better days. It's not quite as cool as the one that I saw at Cleburne State Park. That one was really fancy, but this one will get the job done. You got a few benches here you can sit. They even have cup holders in them. So you can cast your line out here, see what you can catch. Y'all check out the lake this morning. Look how pretty, it's like glass. So make sure you bring your gear down here and enjoy this beautiful lake. Well, y'all, the South Ramp fish cleaning station is all you need right here. You got a nice little concrete table here. You can wash everything down. There's 4 water taps here. I don't see a garbage can out here, but it's nice and clean. The park staff do a really nice job of keeping everything clean. If you need a dumpster to get rid of any waste, it's located right here, right by the boat ramp. If you're looking at having a large group gathering and you want to rent the dining hall for the day here at Fairfield Lake State Park, you can get it from 6 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night. It'll cost you $100. Very nice, spacious area inside for you to set up your tables. Great place to have your group gathering. And of course, right here by the lake, you can't beat the view. Well, y'all, also located on the south end of the park here at Fairfield Lake State Park is the day use area. They have restrooms for your convenience. Out here, they've got several picnic tables and standing grills, all located under these oak trees. Very pretty. Sit here and have a picnic right by the lake. They even have a group picnic tables set up over here. So if you've got a larger group that you want to bring out here, you guys can see more of these trees that are down due to the winter storm damage last month. They have a swing set, which is really cool. So if your child doesn't want to go swimming, but they want to come out here and enjoy the views of the lake and swing and get that energy out, you've got that option as well. So overall, just a great, fantastic swimming area down here. They have a nice little defined beach. So we're seeing this at a lot of the state parks across Texas now. Just like the wood shacks where you can get firewood from a kiosk, you can rent your kayak the same way. So all you need is a debit or credit card. Come out here, you select your kayak that you want to use for the day. Pay for it for the amount of time that you want it, and you're good to go. It's pretty cool. So where I'm taking y'all now, we're still in the south end day use area. We're heading out to the fishing pier. But fun fact, y'all, this fishing pier used to be the original boat ramp here at Fairfield Lake State Park. So let's take a walk out here and we'll check it out. This is nice, y'all. This is really nice. Picnic tables with trash cans underneath these big oak trees. This is beautiful. Benches out here to enjoy views of the lake. Who wouldn't want to bring their rod and reel out here and spend several hours? This is great, y'all. It's just a really nice little fishing pier. This is really cool. The one thing that I noticed they don't have for y'all is a bench. You don't have anywhere to sit down. So if you come out here, make sure you bring your own chair. You're gonna need it. But overall, it's not a bad pier. And it looks like you're right here in the action. You can cast right out here and maybe pull up a largemouth bass or something like that, or a channel cat. Really cool, nice pier. So y'all, this is the north boat ramp at Fairfield Lake State Park. If you're staying at one of the camping loops, Springfield, Cook's Ferry, Post Oak, this is going to be closest boat ramp for you. Now the parking area down here at the north ramp isn't quite as big as the south ramp, but they do have some excess vehicle parking, which I'll show you in a moment. Down here, they have a dumpster. You get rid of your trash, whatever you need to do. They have a fish cleaning station here, just like at the south end ramp. They've got a shade shelter over the concrete table. Nice area to wash everything down. There's a trash can out here if you need it. So just the basics. The basics is all you need. It's very clean. There's a little step right there if you need to step up. So just good enough to get done what you need to get done. But here's your boat ramp on the north end, and it also has a floating dock where you can come down here and you can sit on one of their benches and cast a line in the water. But they've got some lights out here in the parking lot for you if you come in late. But we'll go down here and we'll check out this floating dock. Well, it's pretty similar to the one on the south end. Possibly it's seen better days, but it'll get the job done. So if you want to bring your tackle box down here, see if you can catch catfish or whatever. This is such a beautiful lake. Just y'all make sure y'all get down here and take advantage of this beautiful lake. So if you're out up at the north ramp and the parking's full down there, you don't have any place to put your truck and trailer, just down from Post Oak and down by the nature trail, they have a really nice excessive vehicle parking area. We all had an amazing visit to Fairfield Lake State Park. It's a beautiful park. If you haven't been here, you got to get out here and check it out. But y'all, it's time for me to hit the trail. Next weekend, I'm heading over to Lake Brownwood State Park, return trip. I've rented a CCC cabin, so I'm going to show you guys what those look like. So y'all come and join me for that one. But listen, if you enjoyed the content of this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified Saturdays at 6 p.m. when our videos post. And to all my current subscribers, guys, you rock so much. I appreciate your support. My future subscribers, guys, what are you waiting for? I see a lot of cool parks like Fairfield Lake State Park, so make sure you join me in my travels. If you have a comment or a campsite that you'd like to see, make sure you drop it in comments and I'll check it out. Remember, I'll see you at the campsite.